Welcome back to Attingham Park. Feels like an absolute age since we were on here. So what are we doing? Oh well, we have got on hire the multi-baler. This is from, funnily enough, the farming agency, DSA mods, I think. And we are baling our maize silage. Now, you see we've got two different sizes. These three were done when I was just testing, just after the last time I recorded, which I can't even remember when that was. And then this one was today, so the size has reset, but it doesn't matter. We'll use these as a priority to get them consumed so they don't rot. But yeah, so that's what we're doing. It's yeah, something a little bit different. We haven't got much left to do actually. So the reason why we're doing this, I'd quite like to empty the bunker in preparation for grass silage harvest time, which is any time soon. The slight fly in the ointment is that we don't have a lot of money, and the kit that we would need is rather expensive. So I'm thinking we're going to need to sell some milk, possibly do a contract, but failing that we might take a loan out. We'll see what's available. But yeah, it's good to get this clamp emptied. I think this is probably the slight bump there into the wall. I think this is probably the most efficient way of doing it. And yeah, we get to use a different bit of kit that's pretty cool, if I'm honest. But yeah, it's going to end up with what, probably, what we got there, 3, 4, 5, probably 6, maybe 7 bales. And we will scrape up what I've dropped on the floor there. Yeah, I'm going to get this done, and we will catch up, and we're going to formulate a plan on making some cash. Well, there's no point putting 476 litres in, so I thought we might try and tip it direct. Oh, that's not worked, has it? Into the cow's trough. Well, I'll sort that later. So, I've just looked, and we've got 27,000 litres of milk. I think that is going to be our way to get the gate closed. Oh, there we go. That is going to be our way to raise some cash. Low lag spike. So let's get the tank filled up, and we will check where's the best price and get a couple of 1,000 litres of milk sold. So refill. Don't do this every time. There we go. Let's back it up. Try again. Really? That always helps, I think, if you open the tanker. So while that's doing that, ignore the poor cows. The health may have deteriorated somewhat. So we need to find the best price for milk. Now, let's have a look. 206. I'm thinking the hotel. It's not too much of a trek, and we could do with getting the cash in. So yeah, hotel it is. Let's have a bit of a road trip, shall we? Okay, so we are up at the hotel with 18,000 litres of milk to sell. Now, I think the plan is going to be that once we've unloaded this, we'll send it back down to the farm, take the rest of the milk out the tank and come and sell it. We need to put the bales that we've just made, the maize silage bales, away because the yard is looking a bit of a mess. Then I think we're going to hook up the mowers and we're going to go and mow the fields. We get for that 23 grand, lovely. With the thought being that we don't need necessarily the forage harvester just yet. So if we can let the strawberries produce a little bit more and maybe the potatoes, we can then use those to top up the cash and fund the hire of the forage harvester. Should be okay for our trailers. We might need to configure them in the workshop, but yeah, so that is the plan. We can mow the fields and then might need to go over them with the tedder, and then we'll certainly need to windrow them ready for getting the forage harvester in, simulating a contract maybe, or contractor maybe. So yeah, I think that's the plan. We don't have to do it all today. So we'll send this, get this back to the yard, stick it on auto drive, and we'll have a bit of a tidy up, and then we'll crack on with some mowing. Okay, so last two maize silage bales, and I've not gone for any fancy stacking, just wanted to get them under cover and out the way. So I think we can leave that there. The John Deere is on its merry way up to the hotel. So what else needs a bit of a tidy up? That lot is probably all right there for now, I think. So we need tractor and the mowers. I think we're going to use the beast of a McCormick. So we'll get hooked up and we'll head round to the field. So on the way round to the field, sheep are looking happy. I have just looked at the productions actually, just to check we were okay for growing potatoes, not producing potatoes. And we've got quite a bit of electric charge. I think it's around 20,000 litres. So I've set that to selling through the pit. And I've also set the methane to selling. We'll hold on to the digestate for now. But the amount of slurry that we're making, we could... now there's an idea. We could move the slurry to the BGA. We could then let it produce the digestate, which we could then use on the fields. And we'd be making money out of the... electric charge and methane. That does sound like a rather good idea. So we are going to start with, let's have a look at what we've got. So we've got 31, 32 and 34. So I think we'll start at 31, then do 32, and then time permitting we'll do 34. We are going to just run it as wet grass, and then we will probably come over it with the tedder and get it to the stage that we want it. So mowing wise, I think we can probably just mow both in one go actually. It's just the windrowing that we'll need to generate a course, and we can save that and use that for the forage harvester. Well, we're on to the third headland. The rest of the milk has sold. That brought us in about 12-ish thousand, and the electricity has sold as well, so we're up to just over 55k, which makes me feel a lot more comfortable. Yeah, I was getting a bit nervous that we'd have to be borrowing money from the bank, but yeah, we've saved ourselves, so we can now crack on with the plan to get this lot cut and start preparing for the grass silage. So the field 31 side of our mowing session is done. Just kind of looped around really, didn't sort of do up and down rows. It's a very peculiar shaped field, but we can sort of do the up and downs in this one. So I was just thinking that if you've been watching the oats, that we've done a bit of mowing recently and making silage and hay and all the good things that we need to feed some cows when we get them. I was kind of a little worried that we were doing pretty similar things between the series, but this one we're running maizeplus. We're not on the oats. We've done the baling of the silage ourselves and wrapped it and all that lot, whereas this one we're going to get it chopped and put it in the bunker. So, you know, similar jobs, but different kit and different ways of doing things. So hopefully it's not massive issue, but I'm enjoying the fact that we're not trying, or I'm not trying to do too much in one go. I think that can get quite frantic then, and videos can get a little bit bitty maybe. But yeah, it's nice to just come on, do a simple job, and then next episode move on to something else. This isn't going to take much longer. We are next a bit more of a while because we've only got the front and the side mower, but you know, in the future we could maybe look to upgrade. But it's nice, like I say, different setup completely, and it's, yeah, going well. I'm liking the way that the grass is looking, unconditioned, and we'll come through, as I said earlier, with the tedder on the back and get it to the drying stage that we want it at to bale for silage. No, not bale for silage, to chop for silage. Last bit of field 32, and hopefully we can get it all in one go. Look at that. Brilliant. Almost like I know what I'm doing. So we'll get that all folded up. Now we can take this round to 34, because that grass there is just going to sit and dry in this lovely April sun that we've got, and we can make a start on mowing this rather large field of grass. So just after 12:30, and we are opening up the field. Done 2 and a bit headlands, more so at the ends of the field where we'll be turning around. Yeah, it's going alright. I've just remembered as well, we've got the other field of grass, haven't we, down the bottom end. Is it 28? Whether we'll get to do that today or not remains to be seen. But one thing I did want to mention, and I know I talk about him a lot, but I think this is a really cool idea, I guess you'd say. So Mr. Seeley P and his Balham Road dairy farming series, or Pemberton's as you might know it, he's actually set that up as a server, or on a server, and so he's simulating the Pembertons owning the land, and yeah, and then contracting, and I think it's such a clever use of it, use of the servers. Yeah, I would never have thought to do that, and it's a very, very good series. I'm a couple behind, but hopefully catch up at the weekend. But yeah, it's one of those things, think, what a clever idea. You know, and he does anything for them, and you know, he did I think he did a contract for another farm. He went and delivered them the excess bales, and but yeah, it's a pretty cool way of doing it. He was also on about trying to get another like a walk and talk thing with the Pembertons, so that would be cool if that ever comes off. But yeah, just thought what a brilliant idea and clever way of quite innovative way of setting something like that up. So there isn't really much left of this field at all now, and I was just thinking, and this is today's audience participation, I'll just stop for a second and look at a forage harvester. We'll pick, I don't know, we'll pick the John Deere, middle of the range. £23,000 to lease. Now that's without, you know, upping the engine or sticking along a pipe, which I don't think we'd have to do, but you've got to add a header onto that as well. Do you think that we should, A, just lease that and use it and pay the costs, or do we set a nominal figure, so obviously lease the equipment and then credit ourselves back an amount, you know, so I was thinking like £5,000 initial lease costs, and then we pay the hourly charges. I don't know, let me know what you think. Be interested to see your thoughts. Obviously it is kind of cheaty, I get that, but at the same time you wouldn't pay 23 grand for somebody to come and chop 1, 2, 3 fields of grass. I wouldn't have thought, because that is an incredibly expensive task. No, 4 fields if we count the 2 there as individuals. So yeah, let me know what you think. What figure should we use when leasing the forage harvester and the header? Another field all done. We are cracking through these today. So I think we will go and do field number 28, is it? 28. Yes, we'll go and do field 28, and then that can be the last job of the day. And yeah, then it'll just be down to getting it tedded, which I'll probably do in between episodes, and then next time we can windrow, get the course generated for that, and yeah, then start some foraging. So I will see you down at field 28. So just working around the first headland in field 28, and if by any chance you are new here and you're wondering why the outside isn't at the full growth state, well, we came round here with our ribbery, and we mowed just one headland for the sheeps to have some fresh grass. So they have been working their way through that, and along with their hay. So yeah, that's the reason why we've got a bit of a border around the edge of the field, but that's no biggie, because at least then we won't be smacking into the hedge when we come to ted it and get the windrowing done. Well, we're plodding on with this mowing, and I have to say, and I'll be honest, so it's Friday afternoon stroke evening now, and I wasn't feeling it. I nearly didn't come back on to finish this video off, so I'd started it yesterday, so Thursday afternoon stroke evening, and yeah, I wasn't feeling it today. Done a 2-hour session with Disturbed, and that wasn't why I wasn't feeling it. But yeah, just a weird ache in my leg, and my back was hurting, so when I got myself a drink, had a sandwich, had a word with myself, and have cracked on. And I have to say, thoroughly glad that I have. I think you know, many people say it, but going on and doing a simple task you know, just up and down. It is very relaxing, and yes, pleased I've done it. So yeah, that's me opening up a little bit. Don't know, really. But anyway, not too much of that. I'll finish up here, and I will see you back at the yard, I think. So with the McCormick dropped off in the yard, but we'll come and just top up the sheep. So get attached to the ribbery and stick some grass conditioned in there for them. They obviously don't need a lot. Still working through the hay, so we can drop that there. We will put this back in the yard somewhere, and we'll jump in the John Deere and top up the cow's trough, I think. Cows being topped up, and they might take that mixer wagon full actually, but that's fine. We've got plenty of ingredients still around us. So yeah, I'll get this done, probably make them another mix, and yeah, we'll be ready then for the rest of the grass work next episode. So thank you very, very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you have, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.